Hello and happy Cinco de Mayo. We got a first episode of May. Granted, it falls on well, it's not our holiday, but
it's a quality holiday, though.
It's a very quality holiday.
Very quality
holiday. To celebrate. And the day after his daughter's birthday.
That's what I meant to say last week. My apologies. I was under like 3-4 hours of sleep, so like I ain't been that tired in a long time.
I was like, I think he just said the day after, but I was like, I'm just gonna leave it to fatigue because he didn't even catch it.
I didn't even catch wind. I'm usually quick with that type of stuff, but yeah, I was out of it.
We got a good show for y'all. Man, there's a lot. Today I spent a good part of the day arguing with someone on Twitter who was trying to tell me that Tim Tebow was a successful NFL quarterback, and I'm like, the dude completed 2 passes in a game. How?
I would see. They're probably seeing that he got a playoff win. He had a couple playoff wins, don't he?
Yeah.
Got one against the Steelers, right?
Yeah.
That was a quality game. So like, I get it, but based on what he was. Two-time Heisman winner.
Yeah.
Oh no, one-time Heisman, 2 national champs.
Something like that. Yeah.
Well, he got a lot of hardware. So based on how much hardware he got, nowhere near was he successful. He's like one of the greatest. He's like one of the greatest college quarterbacks ever. Like,
if he would have said he was a successful college quarterback and all that, more to it. But he was trying to die on this hill that he was actually like. He actually deserved to get another shot in the NFL. And was like, with the way the league was going, nah.
I mean, he gave himself another shot. MLB.
Yeah, that too.
I mean, man, if you're able to play minor league baseball, I think you all right. Like, I mean,
yeah, there was some news he was trying to try out for the Jaguars as a tight end or some stuff like that.
Honestly, I would bring him in just to see just to see, because that's one thing with him. His arm wasn't always the best, but he was a dual athlete. He can do multiple things on the field, so I wouldn't mind seeing it.
Keep holding on to that dream, Tebow. Keep holding on to that. Also, I was watching that WWE the wrestlers the biographies that they're doing. So I just caught up on the Roddy Piper one. I ain't know Roddy Piper was like one of the most hated people like that. Granted, his time, like his prime, was before I was born.
Mm-hmm.
Like his elite wrestling years. So
he was old. We were younger.
Yeah. So I was watching it, and when he was doing semi-pro wrestling in California at some, so he was fighting like the Guerreros. They had like a feud, and he played. So to get in good graces with the fans, he was gonna play the Mexican national anthem on his pipes. This dude played La Cucaracha. And they said the fans started throwing chairs on the ring and stuff.
He was a heel, right? He was a heel, right?
Yeah, he was a heel.
He was like the ultimate heel.
Yeah,
him and Ric Flair.
I think. Yeah. And they were like, him and Ric Flair were like best friends.
The one memory I had of Roddy Piper was obviously we was like teenagers when he said he was a lesbian because all he liked was women. I remember that because I felt the same way for a second.
And then also with that documentary, it showed like I learned like how the road to the first WrestleMania got started.
Okay.
Like what led to it. So you know that lady that sings "Girls Just Want to Have Fun."
Is that Cyndi Lauper?
Yeah. So, WWE at that time, they were crossing over and stuff, so they started working with MTV and stuff, so they thought it was a good idea to have Cyndi Lauper come in the ring and present, I forget the dude's name, with an award. And then the deal was have Roddy come in and kick her. And Hulk Hogan comes in as the savior, and then...
Oh, word. I gotta check that out. What channel's that on?
A&E, yeah. That was the episode. Then they showed the whole Mr. T, how Mr. T got in, and then the road to WrestleMania. It was hilarious. But that La Cucaracha thing, that one had me in tears.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. Shout out to Roddy Piper.
And that is our wrestling talk for here. NFL draft happened last week, and a lot of stuff happened. Some things that surprised us, some things that didn't. Some common sense took place, and before we get to the other ones, we'll talk about the Patriots, who got their quarterback of the future, we hope, because Mack Jones fell to 15, which we knew that's where he was going to be, because nobody in their right mind was going to take Mack Jones with a top 5 or top 10 pick, but he got in a perfect situation for him to land with the Patriots, and the Patriots got perfect situation, because now they have Cam on this 1-year rental. now they could try and develop this guy, see if he can be the guy going forward for the future. Because if you don't got a quarterback, then you screwed.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, that was my same reaction.
all that. My whole thing is we had a whole segment about him. Now he's with us, so it's like kudos to the Pats for getting a quarterback. You know what I mean, getting a backup quarterback because we don't know what Cam's gonna do this season.
Yeah.
I seen some stories and stuff. One guy was, I don't know if you saw, he was a Jets fan. He was like, look at his pace. You know he's going to turn into. So a lot of people predicted that he might be the next Brady, but Brady was one of one.
Yeah.
And Brady didn't come from the background that this man came from, playing with one Heisman candidate, one winner, and the year before that, playing with 4 pros. So hopefully that he could just bring that winning tradition back to the Pats.
Yeah.
I hope he just fit in. Man. Because he is a good quarterback, but we just don't know how skilled he is based on who he played with.
Yeah, that too. And, based on Patriots got weapons, but they don't have those type of weapons at this level. They got some decent weapons. So it's going to take time, which is great. I think the best thing for him is just to sit back and learn the system, because sometimes people think like, okay, just because he was drafted in the first round, we got to throw him to the wolves right away. So it works for some quarterbacks. It doesn't work for all of them, because some it happens to them and then they're out of the league.
Yeah, once you put them on the field, that's when their clock starts.
Yeah. So
you're better off holding them for a year or two. So you know what I mean? Because once you put them on that field, the expectations is there immediately.
Yeah. Over here, you know how us fans of us home team fans are. Once you on the field, we don't care what year you are. It could be your first year, it could be your 10th or 12th year. If you're trash, you're gonna know you're trash. And the media here is probably one of the most media in the Northeast is just very.
I would say top 5. Definitely top 5 in the U.S.
Yeah,
some of them. Yeah, top 5.
I think if you would rank like the most like brutal medias.
Well, we top 5.
Yeah, Northeast. It'd just be a bunch of Northeast stations, because what does mean in the Northeast for some reason?
It's cold.
Yeah, that too. But I was hoping the Patriots kind of moved up to get Fields, because they had a chance if they really wanted to move up to get him, but they didn't. So, stick to what you.
They're trying to hold on to the Patriots way.
Yeah.
Like that formula. It's a 20-year-old formula. Hopefully it's still working.
But there's still one. There's a big elephant in the room, but that nobody wants to talk about, and I've been talking about it since last season. Well, the past couple seasons, and that is the play calling of Josh McDaniels, which has been horrific the past several years. Even the last couple years with Brady, the play calling has been horrific. And yeah, so good luck to Mack Jones and dealing unless McDaniels adjusts his play calling or gets better at it. It's going to be a little while, because Belichick loves him and he's not going anywhere. So
this is true.
Yeah, so Josh McDaniels has gotten a whole lot of passes from a whole lot of people for his lackluster play calling, but we'll call him out here because he's been bad. I ain't afraid to say he's been bad. So Patriots also picked up another Alabama player on the offensive line, I believe, in the second round. So Belichick's love these Alabama guys.
I mean, they're kind of easy to love. Like, they win. Yeah, high-profile plays coming from a high-profile situation.
Yeah, it was a defensive tackle. My bad. It was a defensive tackle. Christian Barmore. The Patriots got that from the Bengals, whatever deal they did with the Bengals. So we're optimistic about this year. We're very optimistic.
And Alabama has some of the best linemen every year.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. All right. To no surprise of anybody, Trevor Lawrence was the number 1 overall pick. The only thing I didn't like about this is how they had to wait like 10 minutes when everybody knew he was going number 1. The whole world knew with this 10-minute wait. Like, they're on the clock and they're just like, dude, just make the pick already. Why are you having people in anticipation? But good for him. I'm not a big Urban Meyer fan, but the dude can coach. I'm just not a big fan of Urban Meyer, but he's going into a good situation because they got talent over there. The Jaguars definitely have talent.
Yeah, I just see them being what they are.
Oh yeah,
the Jags, man.
Yeah, and they also grabbed his teammate
Etienne,
which is a great pickup because he was one of the most not talked about players in this draft, but after the career he had in college.
I felt like he had a down year last year compared to the year before. They didn't use him as much as they did.
And I feel like the thing is, when you look at their down year, it's just like the expectation for them, because what they did the past 2 years, like, you know, even with Lawrence, people were saying it was like his last 2 years he had down years, because it was like his first year he went to the national championships and won it, and second year he goes to the national championship and loses, but it's still the expectation was set so high at the beginning, and it's just like anything less than that is just like
they just stopped giving ETN the ball.
That too, yeah.
He only as productive as the touches you get.
Yeah, that too. Which made no sense, because if they were smart, they would have gave him the ball, because that was take the pressure off your quarterback. But hopefully Urban Meyer would do that with this offense, because it's an explosive offense. It's in a tough division, but, you know, Trevor Lawrence, he's been winning all his life. So we're going to see how he handles, if they're not that good, how he handles the pressures of losing.
And he's playing against quarterbacks who's also been winning.
Yeah.
Most of their lives, so he's in the pool with some winners now.
Yeah, definitely. But I'm looking at some of these guys that they have on their offense. DJ Clark Jr. I should say, he's a pretty good receiver. Philip Dorsett, former Pats. Terry Goodman, I don't even know who that is. Those two. Some of these other guys I don't even know. But good job for the Jaguars, and good job for Urban Meyer. Your first year as a head coach, you get probably one of the best college quarterbacks ever, and you got another stud running back. So, and he's an offensive guy, but as far as character-wise, like, Urban Meyer's a trash human being. All right, Zach Wilson. I don't know why a lot of people thought this was a good pick for the Jets. Me, on the other hand, I'm just like, you guys should have just grabbed Justin Fields, who was a way better. He's more accurate. He had a stronger arm, more athletic. He could do a lot more than Zach Wilson can. But Zach Wilson, who looked like he was like, he belongs in one of them like Disney shows and stuff.
Oh, that's who he is. I seen a meme. I have no clue who that guy is. What school did he go to?
BYU.
Oh, that's why I have no clue who he is. I don't follow them ever. You see how I picked them in the tournament? I had no confidence in them. Oh, yeah. I honestly, man, I got no comment for this. He do look like one of them Disney characters. I can't. Yeah. Did he already go on his mission?
I don't know.
BYU guys, they like stop playing for like 2-3 years and go on a mission, and then come back.
I think he did go on his mission. I think he's young, so
he's
actually one of the younger ones. Like
early
20s, but he looked.
Okay.
But
I'm just saying, he go on his mission soon. So.
But the man has never left Utah. You leave in Utah and you go to New York. He's about to get a big old culture shock.
Yeah, I had one teammate in Texas who never left Utah. And then when he came to Atlanta, he seen why he needed to go back to Utah.
It wasn't for him?
Not at all. He was overwhelmed physically, athletically, all the above. He didn't finish the tournament. Put it like that.
We like talk about Zach Wilson here because there was this one moment where all the picks they got in to take the photo, and some guys were like just doing stuff with their hands, and he was just like he's like, what's going on here? Just got in between all like awkward, like I've never seen this before, like man, poor guy. But for the Jets, this is good for their new head coach, first year head coach. Person of color head coach. Now you got a quarterback to build around. They have talent. They got guys on the offensive side. They got receivers. They got running backs. So they have talent. Now it's just how can this guy pick up the pace? How can he pick up the offense? And how can he adjust to the NFL games? Because for every player, whenever they get to that pro level, there's always that, this is faster than I thought it was.
Yeah, now it's the best of the best. I don't have much to say about Mr. Wilson. Just hopefully he has a great rookie season. Yeah. Just don't try to force that Mormonism on people. I watched. You ever seen the show Love After Lockup? Nah. Yo, probably it's good, great TV. Yeah. One of the funniest shows. The dude's wife was trying to force that on him. Yeah, it was wild, bro. I've never seen people cry because people they want to hear your religion. The weirdest thing ever. So just refrain from forcing that on people.
I know one more. I know one Mormon.
Nah, they cool. I went to school with some Mormons. Yeah, they cool people.
I need to meet some more.
It's a little different.
All right. the 49ers took everybody for a ride with their with what they were doing as far as making everyone think that they were going to take Mack Jones, but they took Trey Lance. Kind of surprised, but not really, because they kept talking about his upside, and he's got the size and the skill set that they would like in the quarterback. I thought they was actually going to pull the okey doke and take Fields, but they took a guy who's just as athletic. People just don't have enough to gauge on him because of he didn't play as much, and then he only played one game last year. So it's like he's a project, but another situation where he's going to be behind a quarterback who gets hurt often, but when he plays well, led them to a Super Bowl. But for Trey Lance, he just got to go in there and say, at some point this season, I'm probably going to play because this dude's always getting hurt.
I've heard a lot of people talk about this pick. I heard people were more impressed on how they shielded the pick rather than who they actually picked. They were more impressed by people not finding out. So I don't know how much stock I'm going to put into this guy, but just because they were more impressed by the strategy of 49ers compared to who they picked. So I don't really, I don't know. I don't understand why Fields is getting overlooked when he was he was the most skilled quarterback in the national championship game, but he was the second best quarterback in that game. Yeah, because they lost. Yeah. So how you just overlooking him like?
Yeah, the whole draft process is weird. They start taking into accountability certain things and they just don't look at the game film or none of that. But I was just like, a good job for them. They got a guy that they can work on, they could develop, and he's young. He's got the talent, so now it's all put it together. But back to Fields, Chicago Bears, a team we crack jokes on quite often around here and nationally. Everybody cracks jokes on. They're so smart for once. They took Justin Fields, and that is good for them. And because folks really thought they were going to take Mack Jones, I thought they were going to take Mack Jones because they took Mitchell Trubisky.
They're learning from their mistakes. Yeah. They're definitely learning from their mistakes.
So. And also, their jobs is on the line. The GM, the head coach, your job's on the line. You need to get this pick right, because if you don't, you might not make it through the season.
And honestly,
Andy Dalton as your quarterback.
That's how it should be every year when you're making draft picks. You should feel like, or they should make it seem like your job's on the line, so you actually make the right pick. Yeah. Because when you don't care, you're going to pick whatever. You're going to think you have leeway and all this. You're going to be, we got next year. When you don't have next year, you're focused, you want things, you're actually putting more you're paying more attention to detail.
And with the Bears going in this, because Lord knows, Andy Dalton, at this point in his career, he's not a Rocket. He's not a number one quarterback at this point in his career. He's just a solid backup.
First of all, I would never want to be called the Red Rocket after me seeing that South Park episode.
Oh, man.
No, never call me no Red Rocket.
Oh my God! But the Bears, the Bears, that's another team. They got somebody. They have a good defense. They have a great defense. Now they have a quarterback. Let's see if he can. Who's Cam Newton said he's one of the best when he was coming out of high school, and he proved it. So now let's see if he gets that starting role. How well could he play for the Bears? Because they have receivers. They got some running backs. Maybe they could do some things in their division. It's a little up in the air right now because Aaron Rodgers is about done with the Green Bay Packers.
I don't blame him. Yeah. This is what we talk about like the league. Granted, each league is like this. They try to push this like super young agenda, but the guys who really win are the older gentlemen that know how to play the game, that learn the game every year they play in the league. The NFL don't care, bro. They try to push you out. It's like, how you gonna push out the MVP?
Yeah, and how you just not gonna actually take into consideration some of his suggestions on what y'all should do on the offensive side of the ball as far as getting other skilled players.
They ignored him.
They ignored him on that. There was some receivers that he wanted them to trade for during the trade deadline. They didn't do it.
So
and apparently there was a group chat that he was calling the GM. He was saying the GM is like Jerry Krause, cragging on him, and that someone in that group chat was snitching, and this is how this whole thing.
First of all, if I'm Aaron Rodgers, whoever was snitching, no matter how big he is, go slap him. We don't do that, especially in a group chat. Second, we talked about this before. Some of these, kind of like Watson. apparently it ain't just Watson going through it. It's a Hall of Famer. Yeah. Aaron Rodgers, and it shows these GMs and owners honestly think they're important people in the football world. All you guys are just a pocketbooks.
Yeah.
In our reality, like, you guys don't make anything really run.
Yeah. And also there before the draft, there were some offers. I mean, there were some offers for him. The Broncos made some offers at him but the Packers declined it. The 49ers were trying to get him, and the Packers didn't budge or declined the offers. So at this point, it's like, it's either you guys have to trade him or he's not coming. He's not going to play.
And how do you do this to him when he didn't call that play in the playoffs? Yeah. He didn't call that field goal. That coach did.
Yeah.
And he's your MVP. He probably could have won you the game if you allowed him to do so.
Yeah.
So it's like, honestly, I don't really respect the higher ups in the NFL because they don't respect their client. They don't respect their employees.
Yeah, because and the Packers, they don't have to trade him, but who wants to have a disgruntled employee around you're gonna have this guy sit when you could get assets for him. Because, I mean, there's like no coming back from this. At some point, you just got to be like, okay, this guy doesn't want to play for us. We need to make a move because there's going to be teams that are going to try to offer a lot for him or you're going to get good value for him. So.
And it's not just that he doesn't want to play for us. We showed him that we don't care about him. Yeah. It's deep. It's deeper than just him being mad. It's like they showed how much they could care less about him. So why would he want to stay there?
Yeah, it's just somebody said this is heading towards that, like, Carson Palmer and the Cincinnati Bengals type of deal, and Palmer said, all right, if you guys won't trade me, I'm just gonna go home until y'all do. So it might be one of those things, and he's probably content with it because when you're stuck in your belief and you don't want to do something, you just don't do it. There's some people just like that, and they're just not gonna do it. So the Packers put themselves in quite the pickle. And so we'll see what happens with them, but yeah, this is just drama.
And they talk about the NBA players having too much control. NFL, they don't have enough control.
Yeah. This is correct. We're gonna go to Craig. Craig's gonna talk about the draft, some of the picks, the Pats pick and all that, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk some more stuff.
What up, everybody, and welcome to No Huddle here on After the Whistle. It's your boy Craig here to give you the Patriots draft day breakdown. We all know with the number one pick, with their first round pick, they went with the quarterback out of Alabama, Mack Jones. Mack Jones is a pocket passer, similar to the likes of Kirk Cousins. Not a lot of mobility for this guy, but very accurate, good decision making, and probably the most ready quarterback in the draft. Not a big fan of this move. I thought the Patriots might have been able to swing Justin Fields. Assuming San Fran was going to go with Mack Jones, I thought maybe we also had an opportunity to grab Trey Lance. Either one of those I would have been fine with. Mack Jones is probably the closest quarterback in the draft to the talents of Brady. So we'll see how Belichick works that into the system. In the second round, they grabbed Christian Barmore, defensive line, also out of Alabama. This is a very good pick for the Patriots. He dropped low. He should have been a first-round draft pick, but due to a suspension and questionable character, he dropped lower in the draft. But we all know that Bill Belichick can turn guys around easy peasy. So we'll see what happens with that. And hopefully we can turn him into a dangerous defensive lineman. In the third round, they grabbed Ronnie Perkins, defensive end out of Oklahoma. Not a lot I know about this guy. I know he's a little undersized, but hopefully he can be disruptive on the edge for us because we've needed that for a long time. Next, we have Ramondre Stevenson, running back, also out of Oklahoma, adding a little depth. Don't have a lot of knowledge about this kid, but we let go of Sony Michel. We add this kid. Word is he can do three down back work. Fourth round running backs. Not a whole lot of high hopes, but maybe we can make something work. In the fifth round, they grabbed linebacker Cameron Grome from Michigan. Once again, not a lot of knowledge about this guy, but anything 5th round and lower is more of a coin flip than anything. So let's see if we can add some depth at the linebacker position and see what he can make work. In the 6th round, Joshua Bledsoe, first Bledsoe to be drafted since Drew Bledsoe to the New England Patriots, and he's out of Missouri. Not a lot I could say about this guy. Don't know too much about him. Same goes for William Sherman out of Colorado. And then finally, with the last pick of their draft, they grabbed wide receiver out of UCF, Trey Nixon. I'm hearing a lot of good things about this kid. He does need work on his unsure hands, but he's good at making separation, and he's a decent route runner. With Julian Edelman gone, maybe this kid might be able to step up and make some moves. If not, maybe we can throw him onto special teams. But those are the picks. Mack Jones is the biggest question mark. Will he start halfway through the season? Will he start right away? Can he beat Cam Newton out for the job? Me personally, I want to see Cam Newton get a chance. This is going to be the first year. He has a year into the system, the first year with a preseason and a true training camp. Also with actual weapons. We have 2 incredible tight ends. We have a stable of wide receivers that are all right in that mid-range of quality. So let's hope that we can make something work. What I'm really hoping for is after June 1st, when salary cap hits drop down a little bit, maybe the Patriots can make a big move for, say, the likes of Stephon Gilmore to get Julio Jones. You might have to throw in a draft pick or 2 for that. But Julio Jones is an incredible wide receiver, and I would like to see him on the New England Patriots. It would really help us out in that position because defensively we're looking really good. Offensively, we're looking a lot better. Another name that has been ringing bells in my ear. We drafted a running back. Yes. We have Damien Harris. Yes. James White re-signed. But with that being said, you can't forget that Todd Gurley is a free agent right now, and I would really love to see him join the Patriots and see if we can resurge his career. That's all I have for you this week. I'll see you next week, and back to After the Whistle.
All right, thank you, Craig, for that. We are... Yo! Let's go into some throwback highlights. We're gonna do a little high school football throwback highlights. This was from a scrimmage back in 2000 between Lynn Classico and Belmont.
Don't buy no medium fries.
Yeah, definitely don't buy no medium fries. All right, and we are back. Let's talk a little NBA for ya. All right. Ooh, Russell Westbrook. He's about to average a triple-double for the 4th time in 5 years, and he had a nice little 20, 24, 21, 24 something, 20 rebound, 20 assist game. Like 14 points the other night against the Pacers. Mm-hmm. And you know what's adding all this? You know, if I was Sabonis, he had 30 and 20 in this game and completely overshadowed. 30, 20, and 9, I believe.
Oh.
Yeah.
It just shows how much greater some guys are out there.
I was like, but for Westbrook to do this, it would be a lot better if they were winning. They had a better record, but for him to do this, it was kind of crazy. Just the year he's in, and the way he's still playing. Like, this is still his first year, like attacking and all that.
Yeah, all that's good and all, but unfortunately, they're gonna say he got to translate into wins. Yeah. So kudos to him getting all these stats, but you know he got to turn the corner.
Yeah, and you know, well, they're gonna finish under 500 because I think there's like 6 or 7 games left, but they play, because not to get lost in all this, he's played in majority of the games this season. Him and Bradley Beal, they've been on the court the majority of the game this season. And there was a point in the season where they were just bad, really, really bad. So it's like, it's appreciative that he's doing all this, but this team was really, really bad for like the first 30.
And too, like sometimes I want to say like some players don't need to be as dominant with the ball. Mm-hmm. I feel like sometimes like he's getting all these stats, which is great, but he's very, very, very ball dominant. And you got to hit. If your team's gonna improve, you got to get the ball out. You got to get it out early.
Yeah.
Just to get a feel for everybody, like, you know what I mean? Because like I said, triple-double 4 years, but has he made the conference finals?
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like that's the only knock they're gonna have. You know, I love Westbrook, but sometimes I say less is more.
Yeah, and then when you say less is more, because his shooting numbers has been dipping the past. Even this year has been dipping, and he hasn't been shooting as much as he used to, because in this game, I believe he scored 14 points, but I think he took like 8 shots. Let me double check that for everybody. Yeah, he took 8 shots, 0 3-pointers, because he hasn't. And if you look at the last several games, his 3-point attempts it's under 5, it's under 10. So he's not shooting as much, but. It's just crazy that he's still able to do this at his size, but the NBA game's crazy too, because how the game is, there's more pace and a lot more possession.
Way more possession.
Yeah, he's taking full advantage of that, because he doesn't take a possession off, and he's very aggressive, and he uses all that to his advantage.
This world is still stuck on, if you 30, you old. Like, yeah. When their favorite basketball player, Michael Jordan, was winning in his 30s. Yeah. That's when he was at his, you know what I mean? Yeah. Someone would say his prime, but like he was winning. But it's like, in your early 20s, you know what I mean? You're just finding out the game. You're learning the game as you go. That's why I just don't. It just puzzles me that, you know what I mean? Like, people are so shocked that he's doing this at 30. It's like, why is it so shocking, bro? Like.
And for the majority of his career, he's been pretty healthy, except he got hurt one time, but that was in the postseason. I think he came back.
And 30 years old now isn't 30 years old 30 years ago. We're all in shape.
Yeah.
Like, we don't even look our age.
And also, there's a lot of load management happening in the NBA right now. So guys aren't playing the full season. They're probably playing like, 70s, like high 60, 70 games because of load management and all that stuff. So it's, NBA is a little weird this year.
A little weird.
Yeah, I still don't be forgetting there's a season. All right, Carmelo Anthony, he moved to 10th all time on the scoring list in league history, and this is just. I mean, if Carmelo wanted to get on a microphone and give a big F you to all the folks that tried to get him out the league, or that kept him out the league for that 1 year, thinking that he was washed, he really could, because Portland picked him up, and he's been the same guy on Portland.
You know them analytical, non-jump shooting, never did a suicide people try to tell people who's useful and useless in the league.
Yeah.
Like, I honestly think people are mad at Melo because he's never been a yes man. He went for the money in New York, got his bread, didn't care how you felt about it. He's a real one. He don't do nothing wild, but he's not kissing no ass either. Yeah. He's just him. Like, everybody love Melo. One of my favorite players.
Yeah, and also like the way he did it, he did it with Melo's not a 3-point shooter. He can make threes. He did it from the mid range. Majority of his points did it from the mid range. In an age where you see so many guys wanting to change their game and shoot a whole lot of threes, he'll shoot threes if he has to, but now he's shooting a lot more just because of the situation and the role that he has on his team. But he's still making them. But he's still that guy. Give him the ball in the post, he'll get you 2 points. So that's never gonna go away.
And he would have been high on this list if he wasn't. I think it wasn't like almost a year and a half. He was out the league, almost 2 years.
It was a year, like a full season. He was pretty much out. Played 10 games for the Rockets, and then the Rockets They did that sucker stuff for him.
And then it took him a while to get to Portland, right?
Yeah, I think
he didn't get signed like mid-season, right?
Something like.
It's like a year and a half, I think.
Yeah,
he
a couple months into that season.
I think he would have been ninth by now. Who knows though? Like who knows? Keep climbing the ladder, bro.
And with certain guys, they would have just been like, all right. League's done messing with me. I'm done. I ain't gonna bother no more. But he stayed ready.
I mean, for Melo too, he loves the game. He sees his counterpart LeBron still playing at a high level. He's like, I might not have a chance to win a ring, but I'm still gonna compete and climb the record books. Yeah. And he just loves playing the game. And it's like nobody wants to be told when to stop. Yeah. They want to stop when they want to stop. Yeah. So he's like, if you guys try to push me out the league, all right, cool. I'm gonna ground my feet, and I'm not gonna budge.
Yeah, facts. So congratulations to him, and who knows how much longer he wants to play. But if he continues to play, he might crack the top 5 or top 7.
He is that type of talent. So
yeah, so we'll see. But them and the Blazers, they're making a good run for the postseason. So we'll see what happens with that. Before we go to another throwback highlights. Granted, Celtics lost Sunday, but Friday night, I think it was Friday, Tatum had a career high 60 points against the Spurs, and they came back from down 31 points in this one, which was all more impressive, but he's only the second Celtic player to score 60 points. I thought Pearson did it at one time, but I think his high was like 50-something.
Yeah, it was 50-something.
Yeah, so it's him and Larry Bird are the only 2 Celtics to ever score 60 points, and that is quite the company to be in at just the age of 23. And the 23 was Bird's rookie year.
See, well, now just imagine how much better Bird would have been if he would have started when Tatum started. Like, they couldn't even play. They couldn't even play varsity. They couldn't even play college freshmen. Then they had to play freshman ball. So that was a whole different type. Right. But this is what I've been trying to say for the past couple of weeks. Tatum's starting to show that he's the man on the team. It's okay for Brown to be, second in command. But somebody has to show that they could help this team get over the hump. So I like how Tatum's going out there getting buckets.
And you know who's also a surprise in this game? Aaron Naismith actually looked like the player.
He had a career high too, right?
I believe so.
Oh, he's been getting career highs every couple games. He's been getting better every game.
He had 16 points, and he was knocking down every shot that he took, which was a big surprise to me from what I've been seeing from him all season. But maybe the man just finally got the confidence that he needed. Because I've been wondering. I'm like, I said this dude was a shooter. He been throwing bricks.
As a rookie, man, some people actually have nerves, bro. Some kids don't. Some kids aren't stars coming out of high school like these kids are nowadays. So nerves don't even work with them anymore. Yeah. So this guy, he might just be a little nervous coming from with Vanderbilt. Yeah, Vanderbilt. And then playing for the Herald Celts, and was he lottery or?
I think
or right out of it.
He might have been like right out the lottery, but he was a first. He was This was actually like the last lottery pick.
All right,
He was
yeah,
on
man.
14.
He might just be a little. Have some nerves, bro. What happens?
Yeah. So also, what I liked about this is Tatum got to the line 17 times.
Tatum.
Yeah.
And how many threes he shoot?
Not that much.
He shot less than 10.
He shot 5.
We talked about this.
He shot 7.
Yeah,
He made 5.
Thank you. See, that's all we asked for. Logical shot selection. We get it. There might be times where you have to shoot more threes based on the defense, but if you don't have to, don't just bail them out.
Yeah, and when you're down 3, when you're down 30, people tend to jack up shots. So they were jacking up shots, but they were actually making them, which kind of helped. So congratulations to Tatum on that. They're back on the court tonight.
He's been on a tear though.
Yeah.
He had like 40 something. He had like 50 something, 50 ball.
He had a couple 40s or 50s.
You seen the meme when they was talking about him and Ben Simmons? He was like, he passed Ben Simmons' career high in 3 games. In like a row.
You gotta leave Ben Simmons alone.
They get drafted together?
I think they were like,
Oh yeah, pot?
Yeah.
Then why is that even like a 2 different positions? Why is that even like a debate? That's why I wonder if they got drafted the same year.
Yeah. I don't know about that, but here let's go to another look back. We're gonna look back at Lynn Classical basketball game back in 2007. This was actually they played 3 times that year, twice in the season and then the Christmas tournament. So this was the first regular season matchup at English. This game actually went into overtime. So check this highlight out. Alright, and we are back at it. Okay, we're gonna go. Oh, we will have an interview segment, but y'all don't have to catch that tomorrow. So it'll be due to time and availability of the guests. So the interview I'll have with Coach Vaughn from Lynn Classical football team. That'll be up tomorrow. The interview's gonna happen tonight, but y'all can catch it tomorrow. All right, so. Don't think we cut out the interview part of this. It's just we got a lot to do. All right, some professional. Let's go around the world of sports. Red Sox. The Red Sox they defeated the Detroit Tigers last night, 11-7. The Red Sox had 4 home runs in this one, and Nick Pivetta struck out 8 batters. They're winning. The weather app says it's gonna get nice up in the next couple of days. So. And they're currently in first place in the AL East.
I was gonna say it feels like they ain't lost. in a while.
They did just they lost a couple games over the weekend.
I mean, I'm sure it was raining.
they were in
It really was raining though.
they were in Texas. So
all right.
yeah. So right now they sit at 18-12 on the season. Let's look at the AL East standings actually.
Because somebody has to be behind them. 18-12. Like.
Well, the Yankees are 15-14. Tampa Bay is 16-15. And Toronto's 14-14. And Baltimore's 14.
Why were they making a big deal about the Yankees not being so good? The season just started.
Because whenever the Yankees are not playing well, people are happy.
Nah, but it was like I think it was a New York paper talking about like how awful they are. And it's like, bro, the season just started. Like,
so, yeah, you said it best. New York paper.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
The Bruins, they clinched the playoff spot on Monday after their 3-0 win over New Jersey. So they're now third in the East right now, but they have clinched the playoff spot. So congratulations to them. But they did lose last night in overtime to New Jersey 4-3. I believe the two teams are facing off again tonight. If not, no, they're playing the Rangers tomorrow at 7 p.m. This will be in Boston, though. And the Bruins, yep, they're third in the East right now. So, once again, hockey season flying by, and we don't even know what's happening.
For real.
All right, NBA LeBron, he reactivated his ankle. He's out for a while. He might be out for the rest of the season. He's mad that they might have to play in the play-in thing. He said whoever came up with the idea got to be fired. And just coming off last year when a few times he said he thinks the play-in is a good idea. So it's only a good idea if he's not a participant in it.
You know me, man. Once I say something, that's what it is. Due to the circumstance, I got to just own up to that and deal with it. You can't be like, it's a good idea, now I'm hurting. We might not make the playoffs and might be able to repeat. Like, oh, it's a bad idea. Nah, bro, you said it. Just live with that. Like,
yeah.
And help your team be better. Help them figure out how to win some games from the bench. Because you ain't going to be out there, so you got to try to be your coach. Be LeBron the coach again.
Yeah. Well, they did win the other day, but yeah, it's like between 6, 7, I think 6, 7, and 8 is like like 5, 6, and 7.
You know, my whole thing is, bro, it should be between 8, 9, and 10. Those should be the play-in if it's close. If it's a drop-off, then it should just be regular playoffs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it shouldn't be like, oh, let's give you a chance if there's a chance. No, like, you got to be in a certain criteria, wins and losses, to get that chance.
I just think the play-in tournament was good for the bubble as far as when the season is back to normal. I just think they just need to go back to that regular 1 through 8 if you don't get that 8 seed tough break. But we can't be having more basketball and more stuff like that. I mean, granted, I love watching basketball, but
remember they're really just trying to get their 82 games in all reality. So that playing game is going to make it almost.
It might be one playing game or it might be 3.
So
between teams, so
they might end up being 75 game season or 77, almost 82. Like,
which the play-in tournament starts May 18th, so it starts in
it's like 2 weeks.
Yep, pretty much. Other NBA news: Steph, he went over 300 made threes in the season for the 4th time in the last 5 years. Just kind of crazy. So here are the numbers. So it went 402, 324, 354, and he's at 307 now. And there's a few games left in the season. There's like 6 games left in the season. So he might be up to 350 by the time the season's over. And I think there's like the only other person has been James Harden to go over.
I mean, he primarily shoots nothing but threes, so it's like he don't even shoot jumpers like that. So it's just. That's just what he does. So
it's crazy when I look at this list and I'm just like, you're just like, well, okay. it's just like it's him, Clay, Harden, Ray Allen here and there, him, Clay.
I mean, let's be honest though. Like Ray played in the NBA where they didn't put it up as much. So if they'd have played in this NBA, it would have been some competition.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about Ray Allen for the Sonics. People forget about that killer. He was okay with Milwaukee. He was cool with the Celtics, but the Sonics.
Yeah, because that Sonics team was more high pace,
Bro,
put that thing up.
He was buckets.
Him and Rashad Lewis.
30, 40. I was like, oh.
I remember there was a game him and Rashad each had 40.
That's the way I remember.
Some NBA, some NFL news. Broncos tackle Jawan James. He tore his Achilles while he was working out. So his season's over. And team might try to take back the money from him. Yeah.
How you do that? Is it in your contract?
Right. I guess because he wasn't working out at a team facility, and it didn't happen at a team facility, they could do that. But yeah, they're trying to take it's like $10 million.
You gonna sue?
Players Association they'd have to do a whole thing with the Players Association if they did that. But I'm just like, really?
You know, it's football, right?
Yeah.
Bro, they pieces, man. They're the worst. They're the worst, man. It's getting worse and worse.
Like, why would you even consider that? Like, come on now. Some other news, boxing. You see this? Chad Johnson is planning on fighting. He's going to be in the undercard of the Mayweather-Jake Paul fiasco that's going to happen in June. Chad Johnson, he said he's going to...
Who's he fighting?
I have no idea, but I hope it's like another pro athlete or something, like another football player or something.
Yo,
like
how do we get in that type of stuff? Yo, I'm trying to get up in them boxing joints. I can fight. Like, this is crazy. Like,
make a quick payday too, because the amount of money they gonna make off that.
And I ain't gonna scoop nobody in a boxing match.
I'll run around the ring for a bit.
Nah, I'm serious though. Like, yo, these random people just getting matches. Like, come on, bro. Like, I'll fight these people.
All right, so high school.
He knows I ain't lying. Like,
all right, and then some high school football. Lynn English boys soccer defeated Lynn Classical 3-1 yesterday. It was senior day or night for the Lynn Classical soccer team. So congratulations to English on that win. And it's rivalry time this Friday. Lynn English and Lynn Classical normally on Thanksgiving, but we're getting it this Friday, 2 days after Cinco de Mayo.
they should have did it on Cinco de Mayo. It'd have been jumping.
No, I think it's a good thing they didn't do it on Cinco de Mayo. I think it's a good thing because you know that rivalry. So many people just love going to watch that. And
Yeah, that's why I did it. I need to be rowdy.
No, they just break all the protocols. That's the city guidelines and all that.
Yeah, honestly, outside there shouldn't even be any guidelines. I felt like an idiot with a mask on outside picking my daughter up from school.
Man,
like we outside,
I'm telling you, man. If they had that junk today, Manning Bowl would be packed with some drunk people.
Oh yeah, it's what you need. We know the atmosphere will be crazy. It'll be a great time. Now leaving the game, cops need to be there because something's gonna pop off.
Man,
that's a fun time though.
Yeah, it is. But it's a good thing they have today, man. I already see the craziness that happens during the Thanksgiving game, and it'd be cold outside. It'd be like 10 degrees, and people be out there acting a fool.
I would love to see that.
Have that game when it's nice outside.
Remember though, I went to St. Mary's, so like I'm disconnected. So I'm just watching the chaos. Our stuff was always the night before. We go to Poho.
Yeah. Oh man,
yeah, y'all should do it next year.
Nothing, man. But if the football season happens this year on regular schedule, that this upcoming this year's Thanksgiving game, it'll probably be a Zoom.
What day's Thanksgiving on? Friday?
Not Thursday. Thursday morning.
Oh my bad, I'm bugging.
Yeah.
I meant oh yeah, I'm bugging. Yeah, that was. Yeah. See, even I say stupid stuff from time to time. My bad. That was whoa. That was a reread comment. Like Thanksgiving never no other day but Thursday, Todd. Like, you your whole dummy.
Top 10 NBA top 10. He gonna come back and right.
I ain't even tired today. Like.
All right, and we are back. Oh man, the show has come. We've come to an end to the show. Cinco de Mayo. Remember, folks, be safe out there. Don't be out there being reckless. You know, have a designated driver if you're gonna go out and do reckless stuff. And if you're gonna take tequila shots, just take them. Make sure you post it. And we gotta do something on the show where we get the fans involved and send us videos of them doing stuff. We gotta come up with a segment, a fan segment. But you know, if we forgot anything, oh well, whatever. Let's talk more about Rowdy Piper, but times only around. Oh, the last one they did was Macho Man.
Oh.
So I think they're gonna re-show that one, re-air that one before the new one. So the new one, Booker T Sunday.
Okay.
Booker T on Sunday. So I'm gonna record it.
And him and Elizabeth, that wasn't that was like real love.
Yeah.
Like until Lex Luger stepped in.
And on that note. Follow him, Mr. Burton 23 on Instagram, Mukala K on Instagram, LCTV After the Whistle on Instagram, Lynn Community Television. On Facebook, go to linntv.org. Yo, we gotta. I'm out of here, man. Have a great one. We're out of here.